lifelong learning education opportunity for students?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jignu. Well, first of all, I think one point to emphasise is that our education system is built on the sorts of inquisitiveness and critical thinking that Kriti was talking about. So right from the school age through to our universities and other institutions, we have very open and collaborative learning environments, and that gives I guess, a positive learning experience for students to go out to question things, and also to connect in with other international students, New Zealand students, and with industry. New Zealand's fortunate enough to welcome more than 130,000 international students to our country, so we are proud of the fact that we give those international students opportunity. So whether that's connecting with our ministers or Prime Minister, in the case of our New Zealand Excellence Award recipients, or to connecting them with industry. So all of our students, international students, can apply for work rights and connecting and have internships at our universities as well. So all of those features allow students to not only critically think about their future career prospects, but also to connect in New Zealand and abroad to make those career prospects happen.
Yeah, true, absolutely. So, Kriti, why did you sort of choose to associate yourself with New Zealand education?
Firstly, as I said, education is something that I'm always all in for. I think it's so important for every individual. And I think in the times that we are in and the coming time, I think technology is something that's becoming more and more important with every passing day. And I think we need to come to a point where we help a future generation that is more of a global citizens. You know, it consists of more of global citizens who are not only having an educational qualification, but at the same time are able to adapt to different cultures, are able to adapt to different surroundings, are able to collaborate with people from across the world, and just come at par with everyone who's around in different parts of this world. So I think it's very important to just go out there, experience things, to experience different ways of education. I think the methods of education are so different in every country. And New Zealand, I feel, has one of the best opportunities, the maximum variety of courses with, as he said, a very, very safe, a very positive and multicultural environment. And all the universities of New Zealand come under the top 3% globally, which is superb. I myself have so many cousins who actually have gone and studied, done their postgrads and all in New Zealand, and they've spoken some great things about it. So I think for people in India, I feel it's important to just also go out there and have the opportunities to study what you really like in an environment which is very different and very global.
Yeah, great. I think New Zealand definitely is one of the safest and the most beautiful countries in the world. So absolutely agree on that. Kriti, John, would you like to add on the kind of courses that we are seeing Indian students go and pursue in New Zealand over the last few years? And what are the changes, sort of trends that we are seeing now?
Yes. So traditionally, the STEM subjects, science, mathematics, the finances have been the most popular courses that we've seen students choosing to study in New Zealand. But we have seen some exciting trends, particularly from our Indian students who are choosing New Zealand, where they are looking for subjects that differentiate themselves from the pack. You know, it's becoming, as Kriti said, an increasingly competitive global environment, both in terms of technology and in career prospects. So we're seeing students taking more niche subjects, particularly in terms of sustainability and environmental studies in the New Zealand case, where we're world leaders in those areas, but also in other technology fields such as robotics or even the creative industries such as animation or film production and the like. So there are, and it's one of the things that New Zealand prides itself on, many niche programs that can help international students from all over the world just differentiate themselves from some of the more traditional markets. And that's why we're seeing significant growth. And in fact, this year alone, we've seen a 40% increase in the number of Indian students choosing to study in New Zealand universities.
So that's really great. High Commissioner, would you like to add anything from your perspective that you've seen over your recent months in India, education develop?
Well, one of the things that I find really exciting is the fact that we're encouraging more high-caliber Indian students to do PhDs or doctoral studies in New Zealand. As someone who's supported a partner going through a doctoral study themselves, I know how critical it is that the package that supports the whole family is right. And the New Zealand government does provide a very good package for PhD students in New Zealand in that they only pay domestic student fees. Their family members are able to access full-time work, and if they have children, their children are also able to attend New Zealand schools in the same way as that New Zealand children can, paying only New Zealand domestic fees. And in most cases, primary education in New Zealand is free.
Great. So that sort of sums up our discussion for today, and I think what's quite visible from our discussion, right from different types of courses to Kriti being extremely studious student, to the increase in student numbers. New Zealand's definitely that pot of gold sitting at the end of the rainbow. And if I was to give you just a sum up of the advantages, I mean, it's definitely a safe, warm, positive environment for students. All our universities are in the top 3%. New Zealand offers holistic education. Also, I think last but no way the least is that it offers students a taster into the Kiwi outdoors. And that's something that Indian students do miss to a large extent. I mean, maybe it's the weather conditions or the rain or whatever that people don't tend to, students don't tend to experience the outdoors in India, and which is a perfect opportunity in New Zealand. So a great place. And with that, can I now request John to please present a special souvenir to Kriti to welcome her into the Education New Zealand world. So this is beautiful. This is a special koru carving which signifies new beginning, new life, growth, strength and peace.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
now,
you.
Can I just tell you the significance of this carving?
That usually happens. We're done?
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is
We'll
a
just keep this
special koru carving. It signifies new beginning, new life, which is totally apt for this relationship which is starting with Kriti. Growth, strength and peace. The circular shape of the koru helps to convey the idea of perpetual movement.
Whoa, sorry.
No, that's fine. It's
just a
not
stand.
broken, it's just a stand. While the inner coil suggests a return to the point of origin. So with that, we will now open the floor for questions. So if you have any questions specifically around education and Kriti's association with New Zealand education, or if you have questions from the ENZ spokespeople around courses and students and some of the new announcements, please feel free. This is your chance to ask.